Morning, everyone. It's Monday, September 8th, 2025. Call this meeting to order. This is our regular staff meeting. So we'll start off with staff and elected reports. Mark Reed, County Planner.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Mark Reed, County Planner. Just a little bit of info here. So our general permitting, that's our building permits, zoning permits, septic permits, just trending up and over the past 2 years, but still below those, what I call the COVID years of 21 and 22. So anyway, so business is marching on here. So we had a pre-application meeting for a minor subdivision on West 17th Street. That's in the Downers Edition. So it's interested in dividing an existing, one of the larger tracts in Downers Edition up there. So we'll follow that one. Just an FYI, the city approved the Sheridan Heights Ranch de-annexation request. They passed they have an ordinance. It has to go through 3 readings, but no apparent hiccups with that. So I doubt we'll see that ever again. So, let's see. Oh, the bids for our vehicle replacement, we've got a good number of those. We'll be getting a recommendation to you on that. So interesting how those came back. So motivated sellers out there, shall we say. So,
All right.
but yeah, come back to you on that one. So I see the YDOT tower things on your agenda. I guess I'll speak to that if you're wanting me to do that at that time. So.
Okay, sounds good.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, questions for Mark, anyone? Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Steve. Kelly, you're over there.
Nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Ida. Robbie.
Nothing this morning.
Jesse.
Good morning, Jesse, Emergency Management Coordinator. Chairman, Commissioners, I'm here asking and requesting approval to attend the Wyoming Ready Conference, which is presented by the Wyoming Office of Homeland Security. This is October 22nd through the 24th. It's going to be in Casper. They have semi-annual meetings. They do it in the fall and then in the spring. And this semi-annual meeting brings together all the county emergency managers, state and federal partners, and the regional response teams to coordinate winter weather planning, review legislative and grant updates. We also receive briefings on sensitive and for official use informational only briefings and relevant to county operations. And there's also no virtual option. So how it works is that the state does pay for lodging and some of the meals, where the county would be responsible for any fuel and then also any remaining per diem. Like I said, it's a 3-day they call it a conference. It's really just a meeting of all of us getting together and discussing different needs that are within the state. And so my request is to attend that conference.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me, Jesse. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've missed one in the many years they've been putting them on, unless somebody was sick or something like that, but it's pretty typical.
What's the name of the gathering again?
They always change the name of it, but this time it's called the Wyoming Ready Conference.
I'm ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can address this first. I do have a question for you once.
Yeah.
Well, not related to this conference. I was just curious, you sent out that email with the new sign-up number for the texts to go out. Is that replacing what we previously had for courthouse closure because of weather in the winter?
You're talking about the countywide, or for the public? Or which one are you talking about? So we have a new
I don't have it in front of me.
warning.
I just thought of it while you were standing there.
We have a new alert warning system
Yeah, but
that's
that's for the public.
for the public and
Okay.
everybody. Yeah, the county one's still the same.
Okay. Sorry, you said winter
No problem.
weather. I was like, oh, it's getting that time.
Anybody else? Questions for Jesse? Or are you done, Jesse, or you got more?
That's all I have for the requests.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Jesse, in regards to your request, who else going to? Just you or somebody from the sheriff's department going as well, or?
So typically the fire department attends this.
Fire department.
So, because they're part of the regional response team, so usually Chad attends. I don't know for sure if he's attending. We talked about federal partners also in attendance, so, one of the other people that usually attend is the VA, and the emergency manager from the VA will be attending. But some of this is divided up, so there is certain conversations that we have with the Wyoming Office of Homeland Security that is classified, and so only the emergency managers and the state participate in those particular briefings.
I guess what I was getting at is there a possibility of carpooling with some other people down there for this to save expenses?
Yeah, nobody for the county. Nobody from the county is going to be attending that I'm aware of besides for myself.
Anybody else? I have no problem with this at all. I think it's
Yeah, it's Homeland
a
Security.
good idea, honestly, so.
We do monthly meetings through the state, through Teams or Zoom or whatever else. And they just do them twice a year in person so that we can talk about more sensitive information. Because they don't know exactly who's on the calls.
Clint, is this a item and we need a motion and a vote on, or we just, what do you think?
Mr. Chairman, essentially employee reports to you is asking for directions as supervisor. I think it's in the board's discretion as to how formal you'd like to deal with your employees.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
So Jesse reports to me. I have no problems with this. The issue actually is because there's going to be some mileage in there, and budget reason, that was all wiped out. So this would, and if he goes over, would require a budget amendment. So yes, it actually will need a vote.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would move to approve Jesse's attendance at the Wyoming Homeland Security Conference.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to second for discussion.
Okay. A motion and a second.
Just,
Discussion?
is this a required conference?
So the EMPG grant funding that we approved in our last grant cycle, part of that was to provide the county with $1,000 to attend this particular conference or conferences that they have. So the commissioners did sign off that we would, part of that grant requirement was that I attend these conferences. The state does ask that we attend unless there's some reason we can't. So, I mean, as far as we're aware, this is the one thing that they ask us to attend to is these conferences twice a year.
Okay.
Anybody else? Discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to hear the sheriff weigh in on that if he possibly send somebody down to this conference as well.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Levi Dominguez, Sheridan County Sheriff. Historically, we've never attended these conferences, and I'm not going to spend money out of my budget to send folks down. Our budget's taken a hit as well. I don't see it's necessary to send additional, because I'm pretty sure that the Homeland Security probably won't pay for our rooms or anything like that, so we'd be spending money in lodging and meals and like that. So I don't plan on sending anybody from the Sheriff's Office.
Thanks, Levi. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Jesse, just one more question. I understand that some of this is obviously confidential and you won't want to get out to anybody and couldn't, but on the items that you can share, obviously, since it's a conference, would there be a possibility to share some of that information with different departments, maybe the Sheriff's Department, maybe Road and Bridge, whoever might benefit from some of this knowledge?
Yeah, and like I said, it's not a conference in the typical sense. It's more of a meeting. And I do report back usually to you guys of any significant, important details that a lot of times they'll say, hey, share this back with your commissioners or to these departments about some upcoming changes. One of the ones I know that they're going to be discussing is our alert and warning system that we're using, which is Alert Sense that we just changed over. They're going to talk about some of those changes that they're wanting to make, so which could affect all of the first responder agencies, for example. So they're in discussion on that and some other legislative stuff that they have coming forward that the director herself is a part of. And then also she's the president of the State Emergency Managers Association. So she's in contact with the federal government about FEMA updates and whether there's going to be a FEMA and all that stuff. So she presents some of that information that we do share back with what we can.
I appreciate that. I'd like to, I think probably certainly what you said about the fact that we have already approved the grant, and this is one of the requirements within the grant. I always talk about strings within grants, and so this is one of them. We do need to follow through on that, but I want to make sure that we're getting the most bang for our buck. And if we are getting information, let's disseminate what we can, where we can.
Yeah, and I know we discussed a lot of this during our Thyber update that we have after this meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Anybody else? Discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Off you go, sir. Where are we? Robert?
Nothing today.
Eric? Kimber?
Nothing today, sir.
Kenny?
No, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Levi, anything else?
I have nothing else, Chairman.
Okay. Clint?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's back to school time, and so I'm going to try to get our board training for this year scheduled. We'll meet again in room 210 when it's available. I'll get those dates out to you all and to the rest of the county. I am thinking if somebody has some objection, that extending that invitation to attend beyond just the county government, our colleagues in the area. And then what we do, because we do 2 sessions at different times to try to accommodate people's varying schedules, and then we film it as well. And that way, not people who can't attend but can get a jump drive with and sit back and watch it at their leisure.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Clint, in this training, are you is there any portion of it that steers towards parliamentary procedure?
Commissioner Jennings, we will be discussing the role of parliamentary procedure, but it will not be a training on parliamentary procedure. That would be a whole training in itself, and that's not the subject. This year, what I want to tackle is best practices for chairing, the role of a chairman. So not just in the meeting, but the whole role beyond the meeting as well. So
I think that touches specifically on the point that I had in regards to parliamentary procedure is chairmanships and when they vote and when they don't. I've seen several boards doing kind of different things. So I just didn't know if it was something where we needed to work on some training to say, hey, so we have the same thing happening in every board as far as does the chair vote or not. So just wondering if that was going to be.
I'll just take the opportunity of sneak peek of the answer to that question is it depends.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Clint, when is this what's the first day of this?
We don't have the date.
Oh, you don't have a date yet, son? Okay. But
We
it's,
should have that probably by the end of the day.
okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Clint. Cameron?
Mr. Chairman, good morning. The assessor, Paul Fell, sent out an email talking about a program property tax deferral program. It hasn't been used in multiple years. He wants to consider rescinding it. Was hoping he was going to be here, but I plan on putting it on next Monday's staff meeting for discussion, and then next Tuesday's regular board meeting, since it is a program that would require you to either keep it, or if you're going to rescind it, to make a vote on it. But yeah, he wanted to meet after, but if all of you are there, it's an open meeting. So just letting you know about that one. And then I know Lonnie was going to bring up a topic, so I'm going to just jump the gun and bring it up. City Council, when I was talking with Stu McRae, they're interested in doing some joint work sessions with the commissioners. This isn't a voting type session. This is more of a way to broaden communication, strengthen communication between elected bodies, and find out what projects maybe the city's working on that the county needs to know about, and vice versa. Their initial thought is to do like quarterly work session. Again, no votes being done. City Council is in favor in theory. They just wanted to gauge your interest. I'll take it back to Stu, and then we can see about setting up more formal agenda, time frame, all of that.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Chairman, would this be open to the public?
Yes, it would.
Then I am in favor of any kind of opening lines of communication, and I think it's a good idea.
Anybody else?
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's be a good idea.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to clarify, County Clerk. So we have done work sessions before and it involved Dayton and Manchester and the city of Sheridan. Will this just be the city of Sheridan?
Mr. Chairman, my understanding, they just want it between the city of Sheridan and the county commissioners. So it's not that we're trying to oppose anyone else. They're trying to strengthen some communication that has been lacking over the last few years, and just get people talking again.
And Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to clarify, if all the commissioners will be there, then it will be a special meeting, special agenda.
Mr. Chairman, that is correct. I've already told Stu that if you get 3 commissioners there, it's going to be considered an number 1 open meeting, number 2 an official meeting, and we would be taking minutes. But the whole purpose is never to take action in that meeting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think the consensus is, I don't know, Mike, what do you think?
No, I'm all for it. Anytime we can open up communication, yeah, everybody knows what everybody else is doing, especially in front of the public, so.
Yeah.
Great, more that.
Okay. I think we would approve of something along that line.
Thank you. I'll take that back to Stu, and we'll start working out some details.
Okay.
That's all I had.
So we have, okay. Commissioner Jennings?
I don't believe I have anything.
Commissioner Arce?
The only thing I have is, we're in a drying situation, and so the county roads that are, they're starting to take some hits. So I would just say, just get it out there. Everybody just needs to kind of start slowing down and taking it easy on the roads instead of 50 mile an hour, maybe 35.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Commissioner Haswell?
I just had a question for Ken about the House Enrolled Act 59, and so I'll just maybe touch base with him next Monday at staff meeting. My question was just, I know that the state's not going to charge us any easement costs, but I know they weren't providing funding for the costs of actually getting these recorded. So I think Ken had some questions for the state, some clarification. I think the next thing he was going to do was kind of put a cost estimate together for what it was going to cost the county. So I'll just bug him with you guys next week.
Sounds good. I don't have anything to add. So we will move on to item 3 on the agenda, which is a discussion about the YDOT request to expedite review of the Sheridan Dietz Port of Entry Communication Tower CUP. Commissioner Siddle has been in communication with YDOT as part of his board chairmanship with WCCA. And anyway, there is a tower that is meant to be built in the Kearns Wildlife Refuge. And the clock is ticking because the Wildlife Refuge shuts down November 16th. And I think if we go along our normal schedule of reviewing applications and so on and so forth, we're going to run out of time for them to have enough time to put the tower up in the Wildlife Refuge. And so I think we're asking Mark to build a fire under planning and zoning and try to push it through a little quicker. Is that what you understand, Mark?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, so Mark Reed, County Planner. So they have an application in for a conditional use permit for communications towers, actually at the YDOT waste station out here.
Port of entry.
Yeah, port of entry. The Kearns one is already in place, I believe. So anyway, yeah, they their normal schedule is it has been set, so they would be going to our planning commission on October 2nd. And then normally you guys would consider it the following month on November 5th. So I believe their request is to get it on your October 7th agenda, if possible. But staff follows a rigid schedule on these things, and we would just need your direction to go ahead and pre-advertise the public hearing and consideration on October 7th. So we have, just for your information, they wanted to get going on a foundation, not the tower, but we have issued a building permit for the foundation already, so they have that in hand, and they can get that accomplished before cold weather sets in. Assuming the thing is approved by this group on the 7th, if that's your desire, then they can go ahead and erect the tower, if that makes sense. So
Apparently I'm confused because I thought the Kearns Wildlife Refuge was where they were going to be working. And that's why they wanted to ramp it up and have a permit quicker.
Well, they will be working there, getting the towers. My understanding is to get the towers talking to each other, so they need to be on site at Kearns.
Okay.
But the tower, I believe, is already there.
Okay.
This is on the Dietz Tower.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
yeah, they still need to access that location. But
This-
because of the restrictions in game and fish,
Yeah.
they, as you say, they shut down. So,
Okay.
but anyway, yeah, so staff, again, is just looking for direction to do the pre-advertising ahead of our normal schedule for your consideration on October 7th, if that's your wish.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
Mark, just for the benefit of the public, why is this particular project needed so quickly?
It's a part of the statewide communications, and it's, what do they call it? What is?
Wiolink.
Wiolink, yeah, absolutely.
I can speak. I know Sheriff can speak to that.
Obviously, we want to get that up and running as soon as they possibly can. And so, yeah, it could be somebody's emergency that needs attended to. And so, and that may rise to the level of just your ordinary application. So, does that make sense?
That does, thank you.
I would just add that, and maybe Sheriff Dominguez will verify this, that some of the country up there, up some of the canyons, the radio signal does not get up in there very well, if at all. So this would be a big boost to have that repeater, if that's what you could call it, that tower at the Kearns.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Levi Dominguez, Sheridan County Sheriff, we're trying to fill holes and gaps in the WildLink system. And so a handful of years ago, we had to make a decision. Do we put a tower up in the Kearns area? Do we put one in Ranchester? Do we put one up by the, port of entry? And I said, we need all three of them, right? Because we have holes in places and we have to prioritize what's best or not. And so Kearns was a safety issue up in that area. We're talking the Pass Creek and Little Horn Canyon area. And then looking at with these towers, to give you an example of that pursuit you probably all read about a few weeks ago, our communications within the Tongue River Valley are just awful within WildLink. We could not talk to one another as we were pursuing an individual through there. And so it's vital that we get these towers up as quick as possible so we have good communication, not only with law enforcement, for emergency responders using WildLink.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Mr. Chairman, it makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
Yeah. Everybody good with ramping up the speed of the application process?
Mr. Chairman, as long as, and I've been assured that, public comment there'll be plenty of time for public comment. Obviously, it'll come back before us, what is it, October?
7th.
Yeah, 7th. I'm good with it. I appreciate YDOT for taking full responsibility.
Yeah.
That's refreshing to see in a letter. So, I agree, this is an important project, specifically in that area, so I'll be in favor.
I think we're good. Mark, if you would,
We'll do the pre-advertising then.
Okay.
And get it going. I just wanted to add that the only glitch sometimes that can happen, the reason we don't advertise early with every application is the planning commission has the opportunity to table something. If they choose to table it, well, then we've done a bunch of advertising for your hearing that,
yeah. I hear
that's the only glitch that potentially could happen. This one, I don't foresee that.
Yeah.
I really don't. So
Okay.
we'll take our chances.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. I don't have anything else with that. We're going to be adjourned at 9:26.